What's going on, my Gauche friends? We're getting the party started. First time going live. How's everybody doing out there so far? It's Midnight Madness, all. Midnight Madness. The madness that we're still awake past midnight for some of us, depending on your time zone. So I just said, screw it. Let's just go live. A lot of things kind of happened earlier with the Girls' Night on Popcorn Planet. Lewis had a little thing going on his channel and Nerd Report. So kudos to them guys doing well on their channels. I guess I caught wind of Lewis doing some sort of a live chase commentary on his YouTube channel on Nerd Report. So I just caught that right before I came live. But anyways, let's go ahead and just have some fun, right? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and this video tonight is going to be about just you guys having some fun. Midnight Madness, whatever we do, it's kind of up in the air. We're going to do some games and just kind of questions and kind of a party questions or, you know, break the ice stuff. It's going to be great. All right. So that leads me into our intro. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the link for callers to call in if you're interested. It is now in the chat. So who wants to join me having a little fun, get to know each other, whatever, the game's afoot. So I know there's a lot of stuff going on with a lot of things we can talk about, like political or I don't want to get into that. What I want to get into is other things, fun things. So I'm waiting for you guys to join me on the chat, and let's see what we get here. Oh, I forgot to put my little mood music. There we go. All right, so let's see what's going on. Getting some comments that some of you guys are having some trouble finding the live link, so it's first time, y'all. We're gonna get the kinks out. Let's see. Let's see, shall we? Well, get some comments here. Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Obviously, that's kind of an ongoing subject we've been talking about for a long time. We understand the turd herd doesn't want to give up and still pursuing whatever she wants to pursue in court, which is just not happening. She keeps on getting rejected. So, anyways, I kind of want to hear from you guys. Start with some icebreakers. What is some of your favorite things to do when you first get off work, when you get home or on your way home? What is the first thing that you do. Let's hear it. Let's see it in the channel. Let's see it. Let's see it. While we're waiting, just gonna throw this up here real quick because this helps the channel grow, obviously. Algorithm stuff. You know how it is. Whoosh. It helps us grow. There we go. So I got some comments saying that some of you take your dog to work, or one of you did anyway. Straight to the wine and beverage. A beer when you get home, huh? All right. That works. What else is out there? In case you're wondering, I'm going on like 3 different chats because YouTube's pretty dead at the moment. But let's see what else we got going on. I was just informed that the car chase on Nerd Report just finished. I'm not really sure how it turned out. I would assume that the bad guy didn't quite make it out in the end. Usually how it always ends, right? Let's see. I'm not seeing anybody yet in the chat or the video call or the calls invite. What's going on out there? What's going on out there, people? What's going on? Well, okay, so we had a couple of views that came on, but I just want to make sure that nobody's having any issues trying to get to the channel. But again, this is just a kind of like a pre-run of a live feed for the Gauche. Again, just want to kind of converse with you all and see where we can take this. So again, it's completely up in the air. I mean, I can go ahead and start some crazy topics and get this ball started or rolling, but it helps if you join and have some fun. All right, so we got a couple coming in. we've got Lisa just joining us. Hey, Lisa, good to see you. We've got one. Lisa, thanks for joining in. All right, so I'm gonna switch up gears just for a moment. Get to the party room. You guys are seeing my analytics. This is the video chat room. We're just waiting for you all to come aboard. Who's with me? Come on. Who's coming in? All right, so I'll just talk about a couple things while we're waiting. First of all, again, it is a first time live go at the Gauche. Any feedback for anything you see here is great. Comments are down below. We appreciate anything feedback-wise that you give us. We do have a Cash App donation, so if you wish to, a link actually within the description of this video. I do believe, as I choke on my hair, I do believe there is a Cash App. Yeah, there is. There's a Cash App link also on the banner of our main page. So if you choose to donate, it will definitely help. All right. Let's go ahead and see what else is going on out there. A couple of movies coming out soon. I'm going to start with Black Panther 2 because, and I'm making a video on that right now, so that'll be separate from this, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit. I'm curious to see what everybody thinks as to who is going to land the pivotal, important role of the Black Panther. There's some speculation out there that it could be one of 3 individuals. I have a top 10 of who I think it might be. I'm kind of curious as to who you might think it is. Also, you won't just be stuck on that movie too. I'm just curious to see what kind of movies you guys are seeing out there. Some trailers that you're particularly interested in. I might even do a little share here on kind of watch together some trailer videos. If you're interested in that, let me know. But there's a few people coming in. AJ, what's up? Shock, hey, welcome. Lisa's the winner because she's number 1 and coming into the room. I love you guys. Let me, did you all get the link for if you want to come in and do video chat? Just go ahead and let me know and I'll get you in. So again, I got multiple chats going on. One with YouTube, separate, couple other chats going. StreamYard, excuse me, not just StreamYard, Discord and Telegram. I do have a channel on Telegram as well. Y'all are interested in that, just let me know and I'll drop a link. Not really anything going on the Telegram side of it yet, but anyways, I'm getting some input here as to who's playing who is playing the new Black Panther. I don't know if anybody's watched the Black Panther yet, the first one, or seen the Marvel series of the Infinity War as well. So if you're not sure, watch it. It's actually pretty good. Wakanda Forever. I'm really interested in that. What other movies you guys like? What do you want? What are you looking forward to seeing out there? Let's see. Phil, what's up, Phil? Welcome to the channel, man. So, all right, there's several characters in Black Panther 2 or 1 and 2. T'Challa is the little sister, Shuri. There's also Riri Williams, which is going to be a new character coming in, which is going to be fascinating. She's going to be kind of a takeoff from an Iron Man type character. Big time leaks coming out about that one regarding the new Black Panther 2 movie, Wakanda Forever. I will drop that in my next video. Black Adam, good. Yeah, Lisa, I agree, actually. I don't know if anybody's familiar with comic book version of Adam. It's like they kind of came together recently with a new line of comic books, but making it kind of look like Dwayne Johnson a little bit. But yes, he is he fits the role pretty good, I think. I like it because he's kind of that, the badass / good guy. He's kind of maybe more serious side of what looks like Deadpool. Deadpool. We need another Deadpool movie, folks. I love that movie. Those movie series so far. Cracks me up every time I watch that movie. Both of them. Yes. He is the anti-hero. That's what I love about him. A lot of fun. A lot of fun in that character. I can't wait to see... How many people here have seen that trailer so far? I'm sure all of you did if you actually are mentioning Black Adam. All right, so we're going to go live. We're going to have a little discussion. And we'll see who's in on the video chat. Who wants to do some... who wants to join me? Who wants to join me, huh? Anybody got the link? You want me to drop it again? All right. We'll see what happens. All right. Looks like we've got myself. Phil, there you are. Can you hear me? Good to see you, buddy. You're my... right, dude? Awesome. First time. It's always a first time for everything, I guess. So, yeah, I have no idea, actually. Oh, you know what? I'm trying to figure out a way to remove my thing off. So you're on. There you go. There we go. There we go. I'm figuring it out as we go. So, what you been up to, man? It might be delayed. Not sure if you can hear me through, or if you're hearing me through both YouTube and StreamYard or not, but... Can you hear me? Oh, I know. Okay, so I see what's going on. So if I remove myself, you obviously won't be able to hear me, and then you'll have to go back to YouTube, and then that'd be crazy. I have an idea. Let me see if I can't change up the view a little bit. I'm playing with my toys. Great. Great. Let's see. Can't sit. There we go. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to figure out how to... There we go. To push you... So I had to push your video to come up so I can see you better, not just see my logo. All right, so you can hear me through StreamYard. Great. All right, so let's go ahead and get it started, man. You and me, Phil. What do you say? Awesome, man. So I understand you've been doing... Have you actually been doing DJing for a while? Have you... Tell me a little bit about... Ah. That's cool. You're doing it for fun. That's what counts, right? So... Oh my God. So I do a lot of graphic design on the side, and more of a what do you call it, contracting / freelance. So I do quite a bit of work on the side in that area. Of course, I'm obviously also developing this studio that I got going on here too, so I'm trying to figure that out. But I play bass guitar on the side. Still learning. I'm not a pro yet. I'm not like a super pro, but I know how to play. So I'm no Van Halen style kind of player. I can try to act like it. I don't have Gene Simmons' tongue either. Sorry, ladies. Best I got. Yeah, so I have what you call an Ibanez bass guitar, and it's designed. It's got a shorter neck. It's basically a little bit not as long. I have fat hands, but my fingers are not as long, so I need like a kind of bass guitar that I can wrap my fingers around all the way. A majority of your guitar, like your superstar guitar players and bass guitars, have, it's like basketball players when they're at least 6'5" or taller. These players have longer than average fingers to when they play their guitars. It's really crazy on the, when I looked it up, I'm like, wow, really? So it's always about how you play it. I like it. I like it. So tell me, Lisa, how you doing? That's awesome. Right. So I'm that's awesome. Talk what you been up to? Yes, indeed. That is what we're trying to do here. Well, Bill and Lisa, you're my first to come aboard. I guess we could do some introductory questions. To kind of break some ice. What do you say? Woohoo! All right. Are you guys more of a calm, leisurely type, or do you actually have a little wild side? Lisa, do you actually ride horses? I remember you talking about it before, but tell us more. Tell us more.
I've got 4 horses, and I'm working on getting number 5 right now. And like let's see, I've got a 20-year-old Apprentice who's retired. I have a 20-year-old Appaloosa who still acts like he's a young man. I've got 2 Mustangs, one's 4 and one's 3. And then I'm looking on adopting a 4-month-old Mustang right now. So, yeah, I'm really a horsey girl. That's pretty much what I do. And my main job right now is that's my main job, but right now I'm starting to get into therapy for horses. That's called PEMF, which is a pulse magnetic field therapy that helps with rehabilitation and cellular renewal for horses. So that's what I do.
Awesome. Sorry, guys. I know there was some people saying that they couldn't hear, so I had to turn up the volume for you guys so they can hear you. My bad. So that's cool. So what? So Phil, have you rode horses before, my friend?
Yes, I have. I have actually. I lived in Kentucky for 10 years. So yes, I've rode a horse, and I've co-owned a horse as well, but that's about it. I mean, I haven't done too much with horses.
Oh, wow. Nothing much though. So when I would have to say, how long ago was that?
From 2014 until 2 years ago, so 2020.
Oh, cool. The last time I rode a horse was probably when I was just barely over 21. It was fun. It sucks falling off going full speed.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it does.
They even had me try. Like my cousin owned a farm up in Michigan, and they had a couple of horses. So they were halfway through the training process, and one of the problems they were having is trying to train the horse to go backwards. And at one point, when I was there, they had him going, but they couldn't get him to stop. So he sat on a parked car, which pretty much killed the, what was it, a minivan, I think it was. The front end of a minivan. It just sat right on it, like, oh no. But there was another horse that was fairly trained. It's a white. I can't. You're like, Lisa, you're great with what kind of horses. I have no idea. So I'm like, it was a white horse, kind of furry. But that one I got on, and of course, got full speed, and I just couldn't stay on. I'm like, deuces. Couldn't do it. But it was okay. I'm better on roller coasters.
Yeah. Well, those are fun too. Those are good fun too. Yeah. Like, it's kind of a funny thing, like you mentioned, that the horse was having a hard time backing up, and that's not a normal movement for them to make. And so unless there's like pressure from like a predator or something like that. And so when you're training horses, one of the hardest things to teach them to do under saddle is to back up. So sounds like the horse, was, because they want to move forward. They don't necessarily want to move backwards, right? So
right.
I don't know. Just horsey nerd stuff. Sorry. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. I can see why that, like, I think I remember someone saying that was the most difficult thing to train the horse on, but now that you mention it. But Phil, you did ask a little bit more about what my career and stuff was. I don't know if anybody's really, or if I've actually told anybody this yet, but around that same age, that's about the same time I actually got into the independent professional wrestling side of things.
I was curious about that too. I wanted to ask you that.
Shall I disclose? Shall I?
Yeah, I
give
think
the
that's
goods.
Awesome.
Sure.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right. Here we go. So I think it was 2001 when I first tried out. So how I became a pro wrestler is almost as interesting as when I was a pro wrestler. I should say vice versa. They're both interesting, right? So I go in with my brother at this time because we're both like, okay, let's give it a try. There's a radio ad saying, come in and try out for $50. We're, young and stupid. So we grew up loving wrestling. So we go into this building that's brick, like solid brick building, on the east side of a city called Toledo, Ohio. This building, of course, was pretty solid, sturdy building. We go up, there's this ring that's a boxing ring, and that's what we would have to try out in. Now, during this time, there was a concert going on not too far across the riverway. They call it the Mommy River, and it was the Kiss farewell tour, the first one. At the same time, there was pretty significant weather on the way. Pretty strong, and I'm talking like tornadic activity. I personally didn't know that at the time. I just saw lightning in the distance, like, oh, let's get in the building. So me and my brother go up there and talk to the promoter, and he's like, all right, you guys, we're gonna do some things. I'm gonna have you sign this here. You know, if you die, it's not a responsibility contract for your tryout. And then the power goes out. Lightning struck the building directly, and we're all like, what just happened? The promoter looks right at me and my brother, and he's like, what did you do? What did you bring with you here in this building? So I'm like, I don't know. And then the next thing, the tornado sirens go off. So now the promoter's like, what did you do? You cursed my building. You brought this whatever. And, you know, getting to his little grunge voice. So he goes out to the escape exit door just to check to see what's going on. Sure enough, there was a tornado probably within a football field approaching the building, and we were all just scattering down to the basement. Now we're on actually an upper floor at this point. This is a third floor in this old brick building. So all of us ran down to the basement, and then and of course the promoter's like, okay, look, we're gonna have to postpone this until next week. And we look outside the building, and like half the staircase is blown over, a couple cars got tossed, and thankfully mine on the other side of the building did not, so we were able to go home. It was a big mess. Even the Kiss concert got delayed for a moment, so it was crazy. It was so crazy. Then we came back the next week, and we talked to the promoter, and he's like dead staring me in the eyes, and he says, you brought this shit last week, but I have just the name for you too. You're gonna be a team called the Storm. Now, he points to my brother first and says, I need you to create a first name to this team I've created for you guys, and you got 15 seconds, or I'll create one for you, whether you like it or not. So my brother, I'm like, I'm unprepared, but my brother's like, oh, that's easy, TJ. What? So I look at him like, what? Why TJ? And it dawns on me, my brother's actually a big cop show fan, and he loved watching, when he was a lot younger, TJ Booker, aka William Shatner.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where it came from. And here I am.
Okay.
And I'm like, and he looks again at me in the eyes. He's like, it's your turn, brother. 15 seconds. Go. Here I am, paging through my head of what name. Okay, I used to play video games. Like 5 seconds. Oh, immediately I'm going through this Mortal Kombat game I played a lot, and my favorite character was Raiden. So I'm like going through the alphabet. I'm like A, B, G. Oh, that doesn't sound right. Let's see. I went to Z, and I'm like, Zaiden, and he was just about to. He looks up. Say that again. Zaiden. Does that work? He's like, and his eyes lit up. He's like, we're gonna make T-shirts, and this is great. T-shirts. We're gonna make T-shirts and posters. You got yourselves a name. Let's do this thing. And then of course he's gotten all pumped up in his voice. It was hilarious just watching him.
So
that's how I got my name.
That Zayden. That's cool that came from Raiden. Like I was curious about that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's cool. Zayden. I like it.
Yep.
I like it.
Yep. Actually, that was kind of my nickname too, somewhat growing up, and because when the game first came out as a kid, I mean, I'm like, I love the crazy kamikaze character of Raiden in that game. I don't know why. It was across the screen. Anyways, so then, of course, we went into the wrestling scheme of things, as I kind of pointed out before as well. Had great friend. Man, I met some great people. Like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I met him. How many people you guys have? Are you familiar with some of the old time like 80s and 90s wrestlers?
Yeah.
Some of them.
Some of them. So some of the individuals we had and kind of met, like Brutus the Barber Beefcake, Honky Tonk Man, Jim the Anvil Nightheart, the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal, also called Legion of Doom in the WWE. Let's see. And then we ended up getting Hacksaw. We had also Tatanka too, but Hacksaw was my highlight. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, guy with the 2x4 and says, "Ho!" every 2 seconds in the ring. USA! Ridiculous. But so I ended up having a match. It was a Royal Rumble, and it was 3 people left. Myself, a heavyweight champ, and one person that's also in line for the championship. And I ended up getting tossed. It was a Royal Rumble, so I got over the ropes and through this kind of flimsy table because it whipped me right in the head, and I needed a few stitches. So here I am on the floor. I'm like, oh, got whacked in the head, and ref's like, "You all right? You all right? You gonna be able to make it back?" I'm like, I think my lungs are without air. Knocked the wind out of me. Let me tell you a quick thing. When you're going over that top rope and you're going through a table and that table gives, that's great. But if it gives too much, the last thing to give is concrete. It doesn't give.
Right.
So that knocked the wind out of me to the point where I was like gasping for air. So that's why the ref came over, and the refs do serve as also an aid to make sure that, you know, they help with the match flow and as well as your making sure you're okay. So I crawled back. Like, I'll make it back. I'll get back there. So I get back, and the only place where the first aid was it was a room that was in the back. And I got back there. There was a nurse there, and of course, doctoring me up because I had another match later on that evening. And there is Hacksaw Jim Duggan sitting on the couch. This is what's interesting. You see him out there, you know, in his crazy gimmick, and it taught me something. And he comes back there after his match, and I see him, and he's dressed up in a full suit, reading glasses or regular glasses at the time, and he's talking to like you and me right now, like just educated. This guy was blowing my mind. Like, are you the same dude that is Hacksaw Jim Duggan right now? You're speaking fluently, man. So he's like, "I'm hi, how you doing?" Then he looks at me like, "Look, man, this business, if you want to make it long enough, you can't be doing too many high risk maneuvers on each show just to sell a crowd." And I'm like, wow, I was blown away. Because I was much younger, and this guy I kind of looked up to as one of the characters that wrestled with. So I'm like, oh wow, that's good advice. I had nothing to say after that. I'm just so blown. Like, and he's like, "What? You have never seen a guy in a suit and tie before?"
Well, so how long did you do it for, Zaiden? Like, how many years did you wrestle?
I gotta think about it because there was a couple hiatuses. I would say a total of 15 years altogether.
Oh wow.
15 from 2001 all the way up to almost 2016, maybe more like 13 years to actually total.
Oh wow. Oh cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm actually still searching for some old videos because back then it was VHS tape and a high def cam, not like the cams you see today. But I think there's only like 1 or 2 videos on YouTube that I've seen of any of my matches. But there's a partner I was with too, where we tag teamed 5 champs. Anyways, we were champions 5 times. His name's Bill Yerd. He's like comes up to my chin in height. So we were an awesome duo. He's one of those guys that get a little crazy on the top ropes, the high flyers. I was the tactician, like Bret the Hitman Hart. But
so you weren't the acrobat in the duo.
Yeah, the yin of the yang.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like you have to be an incredible athlete to do that kind of stuff. Because I mean, gosh dang, the maneuvers that wrestlers do, like
absolutely, yeah,
but there are the ones that just kind of like they're flying out of thin air, and it's like, how the hell are these guys doing this? Because wrestlers are big guys. I'm sorry if I'm getting an echo. Am I getting an echo? I apologize.
That's fine. I'm not sure who it is.
Okay.
But
I mean, yeah, like I have, I could never do it, but I think it's pretty cool. I think that's awesome. There's a lot of like, choreography with everything, but then a lot of it's just kind of like making it up as you go too. I understand, right?
A little bit. So, welcome AJ. How you doing?
Oh, it's AJ.
AJ's aboard. I think he was kind of sitting in the back there for a minute.
Unmute.
Oh, yep, she's muted. Hold on. Yep, you're muted there, AJ. All right, well, go ahead.
Little geeky, nerdy fun fact, because I know we all like these things, right? Do you know the first appearance of Raiden ever?
Hey,
Hey, there she. What's up, AJ?
can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hi, Zayden. First of all, big congrats on your first live.
Thank
So happy to
you.
support
Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome
We're all
aboard.
here to support you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for having me on board. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Phil.
Hello.
Hi, AJ.
Yeah,
Wow,
so
it's so exciting.
it is exciting.
For you, Zayden.
Thank you so much. I know. I was so pumped when I'm like, I literally said probably at 12 o'clock, I said, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to give it a try. It's a Friday night. Whatever goes wrong, goes wrong. It's the first time. So it took me, I'm like, we'll get it online and aired at 12:30 Eastern time in the morning. So I called it Midnight Madness. And of course I forgot, okay, I got to set up StreamYard. I got to set up some other things before you get officially live, but we got there. So thank you.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, Lisa, the first appearance for Zayden?
Raiden.
Oh, Raiden? Raiden.
Yeah.
As
it's in a movie. It's before like he became a character in Mortal Kombat.
I've heard of this. Oh my gosh. My brain is mush.
It's got Kurt Russell in it.
Wow, that's right. Oh gosh, I can't even remember.
And he is a truck driver in it. And it happens in San Francisco.
Oops. There you guys are.
You ready?
Ready. Give it to me.
It's a movie called Big Trouble in Little China. And he's one of the henchmen for Liu Kang in it.
Wow.
And
that was a while ago.
It's a while ago, yeah. But, just a little fun fact about Raiden. I mean, just show my little geeky side there. So
that's awesome. Oh my gosh. Man, I can't believe I couldn't remember that. That's craziness. You remember that film, Phil. Sorry, tongue twister.
Yeah, I think so. It was a long time ago. That was
Yeah,
a couple years back.
yeah, it's about restoring the life. I think it was Liu Kang, and it's about restoring the life and youth of Liu Kang, and he needs a jade-eyed girl, and what's her name? Is it what's her name? The lady Kim Cattrall. Kim Cattrall, is that her name?
Yeah, I think that's her name.
She plays one of the gals, and then it's another Asian lady in the movie, and he kidnaps them. And Kurt Russell is like this crazy truck driver that's like the hero, and it's just a silly movie. But that was like the first appearance of Raiden, and people loved his character in the movie so much that that's how he became like a character in Mortal Kombat.
Wow,
So,
my mind is
yeah.
literally blown right now.
I could go nerd deep if you like. I'm just
You'll discover that I am so terrible with names. Like I'm visually good at stuff, but man, if I had to put a word with it, I'd have to look at the visual first in order to know what the name of most stuff is. It's crazy. I don't know. Like everybody's brains are different, but
yeah.
But that's a cool fun fact.
Yeah, that's the cool fun fact of Raiden.
Wow.
When you get a chance, you should watch it again if you haven't seen it for a long time. It's one of my favorite movies of all time because it's just it's silly, and it's good and it's just funny.
It escaped me. What was the name of it again?
Big Trouble in Little China, and it takes place in Chinatown in San Francisco. Yeah.
Wow.
And I can't remember his Kurt Russell's name on it, but it's real funny, and it's just he's just a truck driver, and it's just it's pretty good.
That is slick.
It's one of those cheesy 80 movies, that just when you're a kid you just watch it over and over again.
It's like I vaguely remember that movie too. It's so crazy. Now I got to go watch it again just because we had this discussion. Awesome. So kind of talked about this on other channels, but what's everybody's favorite film? Of all time, if you had to, you can do it in each category if you want. We can go sci-fi. What's your favorite film in sci-fi?
I don't have too many sci-fi films.
Really?
I don't know. I would say Spider-Man and Batman, but then my all-time favorite movie, Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick.
For sci-fi, for me, oh gosh, science fiction. Can it be? Oh gosh, I would say I really like Philip K. Dick books, so I like Minority Report. I think that movie is really great.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I mean, it's intense, with the eyeballs and all that kind of stuff. But that's like one of my favorite sci-fi movies. That, and then maybe Rocky Horror Picture Show, man. It's a science fiction double feature,
I should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
It's all good.
But yeah, I mean, it is a science fiction movie, technically, right?
Technically
it's about
speaking,
aliens, and but it's a glam rock science fiction movie. So yeah, so that's mine for science fiction.
What about you, AJ? Any good movies? Yeah. What's your favorite?
Star Trek. It's all Star Trek and Star Wars. And yep. And what else? Yeah, I love Lucy. Have you seen that movie? It's a beautiful movie where
Oh yeah, that was
Scarlett
a
Johansson.
Scarlett Johansson. That's
Yeah.
right. She like had
Yes, yes.
100% brain power, and just
My God, that was an awesome movie.
that blew my mind. Like what are the possibilities? Like if your brain was at 100%, right? And we're only using what 10% of it, or so. So scientists say. But can you imagine, like, if you had the ability to use 100% of your brain, like, to imagine the possibilities of what you are capable of doing is probably astronomically out there. It's like you could probably picture the things you can do. Like Lucy was a great one to kind of hypothesize exactly what you could do, but I mean that's obviously a little sci-fi-ish. But who's seen? What was the one movie with the pill that you take almost like a Ritalin or something?
Oh,
And
what was it called?
Matrix is good,
No,
but
not
this
Matrix.
is
Not
is
Matrix.
where
You're talking about this.
Bradley
No,
Cooper
he's
was in
Bradley
it.
Cooper. Yeah. Oh gosh, what is that one called?
What
That
was-
one's really good too.
Yeah,
But it winds up making them very sick. The pill.
yeah.
But
Except for him.
yeah.
Cooper, you said? Okay,
Yes.
what was it?
I think Limitless.
That's it. Limitless. That's right.
Yeah.
Limitless?
That was a
Okay.
good movie too.
That was an awesome movie.
Yeah.
That one actually had me blow because that felt a little bit more realistic to me in the way of made your brain power. Like you're all of a sudden like Albert Einstein figuring out everything and problem wise on the planet.
Yeah.
What did he end up becoming, a senator or something at the end of that movie, or something with
like
politics?
that. Yeah, he wound up becoming a politician.
Yeah.
I think he was just like I think he was like a reporter or something in the beginning, right? Or he worked for no, he wasn't a reporter.
Another movie I'm gonna have to rewatch.
I haven't seen that one in a while, but yeah, that was a really good movie because
Yeah.
he winds up just being like an average guy, and then he just kind of blows up the world and
Yeah.
like with his mind, like yeah, that was actually that's a interesting movie. And then with it's like the thing about like ultimate knowledge, and then what's the ultimate sacrifice at the same time. That's kind of because you're sacrificing your mind and your health, right?
Yeah.
So like it's actually a really good movie.
Right. It's like you have the scientist development into like some crazy mad scientist kind of feel to it. Where he had a bunch of scientists working on this pill to make it perfect. So that was really cool. This might surprise you guys. One of my favorite sci-fis, I don't know if you've heard of it. It's called The Last Starfighter.
Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's a great movie.
Now, The Last Starfighter, which is one of my favorite movies. Now, with that aside, the first movie I ever saw that I went to was Star Wars when I was a baby. But obviously I was barely 1 year old when it came out. So I'm like, obviously when I got older, I got to watch it again. But The Last Starfighter, Star Wars being my favorite as far as overall, the first three, and the first original three movies of Star Wars are my favorite. Now, The Last Starfighter is interesting to me because that was the first fully immersed CGI film ever made. And that was when Lucas film started getting into their, I forgot it was called LucasArts. But that was the precipice of the CGI world. So it was so cool. I was a kid, obviously, when I first saw it, and I'm like, this is the best graphics ever. I'm like, when is it going to come out on a video game? I'm like, Nintendo has some 8-bit looking Frogger looking games, and I'm like, this would be cool to have a game. So what I'm getting at is the storyline for it was impressive for me. As a kid, you have this video game and you're playing it, but it's really used for you to be training as if you were a starfighter, to become a starfighter. So you were actually in training when you're playing this video game. So here's Alex Rogan playing this video game, and then he successfully beats it, and then gets into this DeLorean-looking car with quiz question. Can anybody tell me who the older fella in this movie was?
I don't remember the actor's name, but wasn't his name like Centauri or something like that?
That was the character name.
I don't remember. I can see his face. I can't remember the actor's name, but I can see his face.
Should I find it for you, Lisa?
No, it's fine.
Centauri, right? Because I haven't seen that movie. I was 4 years old.
It was.
I haven't seen it.
I'll tell you who it was. And it was his last film before he passed away. Robert Preston.
That's right. Yes. It is Robert Preston. That's right.
So obviously he had some cool musicals back in the day, which
yes, Victor Victoria.
Yes. Very, very fun. He was a great actor.
Phenomenal actor.
Yeah. And to see him come into a sci-fi movie like this, same charm. Just coming in there is like the same Robert Preston charm, and he just made you smile through most of that movie, which was fantastic. So yeah, that was my, we'll call it my second most favorite in the sci-fi realm of movies. Any other movies?
Ender's Game.
What was it?
Ender's Game. ENDER.
Oh, Ender's Game, yeah, with Harrison Ford and what's his name? Yeah.
A little kid, Butterfield, some Butterfield. I forgot his name.
That was an interesting film.
Yep.
Kids get training, getting physically fit and ready for some, missions and stuff. That one kind of had a mind twist at the end for me, which is pretty cool. Did y'all see Ender's Game? The rest of you?
I haven't seen Ender's Game.
No, I haven't either.
No?
Nope.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of a cool movie. There was another actor in that too, pretty well known. Not just Harrison Ford, but the bald, tattooed. What was his name?
Ben Kingsley?
Yes, no. Kingsley. That's correct. Yeah. He was in that. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember this movie because I loved it. The way it has the storyline goes, and at the end you have a totally like what you said, a mind twisting climax with. And that's everything is being portrayed through the eyes of this child who is showing much maturity than the grown-ups. So,
right,
that's a good movie.
Yeah, and that's what's interesting is he was that that leader, bold, straight, like keep you in line. But I liked his demeanor as that in that character. It was pretty cool. What's really fascinating about Ben Kingsley is he's so dynamic of an actor. One film he changes into a completely different persona in another film. I mean, I don't know if anybody's seen Iron Man 3 where he played a most ridiculous character. I'm like, that's Ben Kingsley. He was an actor playing an actor, which was really kind of interesting to me. So that. He was a good actor. He's a good actor.
I like him and Morgan Freeman in Lucky Number 11.
Oh yeah, that's a good film.
That's a good film. It's not sci-fi, but it's a good film. Just like the plot twists in that, about a hitman who has a soft heart and has to do with a horse race, right? So of course I'm gonna watch it, but like he's really great in that too, because that's just that his part isn't as big, I feel, as Morgan Freeman's in the movie, but yet
Rabbi.
having him in the movie, just the rabbi, it's just it's a and it kind of it's a movie about grudges, but at the same time, it's a movie about redemption too. So I don't know, but I like that movie a lot.
Bruce Willis was
So
in that
not one
too.
of my
Yeah.
favorites of all time, but just thinking off of my top of my head, Ben Kingsley, I do like him in that movie. So
Mm. Lisa, have you watched Prince of Persia?
Prince of Persia, yes, I have.
Another
I
good
actually
movie.
have that movie. That is a good movie too. Yeah. I mean, I
And
played that
when
video game. I played that video game. So
oh,
like
okay.
for me, I was like really hoping that the movie would be a little better because I really loved the game. And so, but Ben Kingsley is very good in that movie as well. I liked it, and they follow the storyline of the game, but there's
Uh-huh.
so much stuff that's not in there. It's like, you know, it's kind of like reading a good book and then watching the translation on screen, so it's one of those kind of things. But
Oh, okay. I
yeah,
have no idea what the game is about.
yeah. Well, it's about the dagger with the sands of time and stuff like that, and just
But I
wherever it takes you. So yeah.
It was actually a pretty good film. Jake Gyllenhaal was in that movie.
Hmm.
I did like the video game part, but I liked how they made the movie to it,
Yeah.
which was pretty cool. Who played Tamina? Anyways,
Oh, she was beautiful.
but Ben Kingsley was in that movie too, which he played a pretty good your antagonist kind of role.
Hmm.
That was a good movie. Yeah.
later.
So, what would you say is your most twisty plot kind of movie that you just didn't expect to happen at the end?
Oh, geez.
That's kind of an in-depth
I don't-
question
I
there.
don't
tough
have
one.
Yeah.
I don't have one of those movies.
It's a tough one.
Trying to
Maybe
think.
like Secret Window.
That one with Johnny
That's
Depp?
it is one with Johnny Depp, but it's also got John Turturro in it, who I love. Um, and it's based off of a Stephen King book, and he's writing the book, and there's the character Shooter that's played by John Turturro, and it's basically like his alter ego, and he thinks he's getting terrorized by him when really it's like he's doing all of it. And so there's a plot twist with it because you really feel like this shooter is a real person, and he keeps telling him, "You're writing my story wrong. Write my story right." And it's him the whole time. That was like, and I mean, I love Johnny Depp, but that movie is just really good because it's a guy who is, going through like that one, and I think Fight Club too.
Oh, Fight Club. No, rule number 2 was don't talk about Fight Club.
Fight Club. But that's a twist too.
That was such a mind-twisting movie. When I first seen that with my buddy up north, Gary, so he's like, "This is an awesome movie, but you're gonna have to watch it twice." I'm like, "Why?"
Yeah.
The first time, I'm like, "Okay, so you literally thought." I mean, spoiler alert, obviously, if anybody hasn't watched Fight Club, definitely watch it. It is a fantastic film. I'm gonna do this. Spoiler alert. Oh, of course, our screens are in the way. That's fine. Test run. This is a test run, so that actually helps me. So yes, I loved it because all the way through the first time I watched it, it was like, okay, so here's Brad Pitt, and like he's just helping him get through this fight club, and like he's the leader of this thing or something, right? And then, of course, it doesn't dawn on to me if anybody's having eye contact with Brad Pitt or focusing on his actions at any point during this film, because he was so believable that you automatically assumed that people were paying attention to his character. And then at the end is like, oh, wait a minute. So how's that possible? And then he says, okay, my friend, now watch it again and pay attention to see who's interacting with him other than John. I think it was John Cusack that was in that, right? I might be wrong. I can't remember off the top of my head. But
John Cusack in what?
was it who was the main actor in that film?
In Fight Club?
Yeah, besides Brad Pitt.
It was Brad Pitt and Edward Norton.
Edward Norton. Oh, that's right.
And then Helena Bonham Carter played the gal.
Right. That's right. So, and of course, I'm watching it through the second time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, really crazy. My mind was so blown. I've never seen a movie that messed my mind up that bad, where I had to watch it twice just to figure out what I missed. And I mean, I missed several, I'm sure, of you
a lot. Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Have you watched that movie, Phil?
Fight Club?
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, that messed my mind up for a while. So I'm like, that had me thinking for like a straight week, I think. I think I ended up watching that movie almost 4 more times just to get it, you know?
Yeah. It's one of those ones where you're like, what did I just watch?
Right.
You know, like, I don't get it. And then
I watched it twice.
Yeah. How about you, AJ? Did you watch that movie?
Well, I guess I have watched it, but I don't remember it. Probably, I remember when Lisa was telling about Edward Norton and all those guys, but
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly how that movie goes. Probably because it was probably too twisted for me to remember.
Yeah, it's very
Right.
twisted.
But I would
Yeah.
like to watch it again. Yeah,
Right. Oh my gosh, that was
they're on Netflix. So since you've mentioned
Yeah.
it, I might give it a second shot. Sure. Why not?
I've got already like 4 movies on my list that we talked about. I go back and watch again.
Yeah.
There was another one that was kind of twisty, somewhat, called The Prestige. Anybody seen that? It was like a magician
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
movie.
The Prestige. Who's in it?
That one has Hugh Jackman,
Yeah.
Michael Caine was in it, Christian Bale,
Yeah. Christian Bale.
and Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember that one. I don't think that's one that I've watched more than once, but I do remember that now because, yeah, it has, like, aren't they like trying to like figure out who has the best like tricks and stuff with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
That kind of blew my mind at the end there. I don't know if anybody else has seen The Prestige yet, but no spoiler alert, but yeah, so it was like a device at the end that made Hugh Jackman kind of the best, if you will, prestige magician. I won't go into why, because man, that blew my mind as well. And I'm like, wait a minute. And then of course at the end you get it, but it's nothing like Fight Club, but it still twisted my mind a bit. But yeah, so that was fun talking about movies. I know we're kind of coming to a close here soon. So what do you guys want to like see happen on the channel? Like some discussion topics.
Well, if you want to do some music news, then I'll break into my story when you want to do that kind of topic.
Do some music topics.
But I know it's your show, man. So it's up to your decision.
Hey, it's all good, man. This is inclusive for everybody, so I'm open for some feedback. I'll probably throw in some music stuff in there, whatever else we can come up with that we can have fun with. So I'm okay with that.
Yeah, when we do some music stuff, I'll go into my radio career and other things. You know.
Awesome. All right, so that's something to maybe next time we'll do. I'll probably do this live feed maybe once a weekend, like this, unless there's some more things that more interests come out, But I guess it all depends too on other channels, right? So we got Popcorn Planet, we got Lewis's Nerd Report. So I want to keep it balanced too, so we're not just stretching everybody thin.
So we're not doing like overlapping.
like 8-hour a day video streams and then cutting into everybody else's feeds, right?
You know, Friday night's a good night for it, though.
Friday
you know,
night.
binge night, YouTube night. You know.
I like it. I like it. So that's what I was thinking too, and maybe what we'll be aiming for. AJ, any last comments or feedback?
Yeah, it's Saturday noon here for me. I'm from the future, guys.
The sun's rising and the
Future
sun's
is
setting
quite
over.
bright, so
Nice.
yep. It's noon. It's 12 noon, mid-noon. And
Wow.
it's raining here. The weather is
Oh my gosh.
monsoon season here. I'm from India.
Oh, okay. Well, glad to see you coming aboard from India. Wow, 12 noon though. My God, you've been up late, huh?
I'm here for friends.
Oh my goodness.
We are all here to
Well,
support.
it was really a pleasure to see you, AJ. Thanks for coming aboard. Thank you. I'm sure you probably want to get a little bit of sleep. I don't know if you have or not, but
It's noon.
She doesn't sacrifice her sleep. She's actually one of the good ones of us. Yes.
that's good. That's good. I know some of us like to try to be cyborgs, but you know, well, it is what it is. Well,
only some.
It's only some. No. All right, Lisa, you got last word.
You know, hey, congratulations on your first live stream. This is fun. You know, thanks for letting us know you were doing it.
Yeah, this is
So,
exciting. Yeah, this is really exciting. That was kind of in the moment.
Yeah, you know, some of the best things happen spontaneously, right?
Amen. That's what it's all about, and I'm pretty spontaneous. So, all right. Well, so we'll keep this thing going every Friday, approximately. I might call it just the Midnight Madness run. Maybe title it that. And I might start it a little sooner, depending on everybody's time zones. So we'll see. And of course, AJ, if something's too soon or late, let me know. I'll see if we can work around everyone's schedule best we can.
Time works perfect.
Well,
All right.
about 9 o'clock on a Friday would be good. You call it midnight stream, so I think 9 and 12 over there where you're at.
Yeah, I'm Florida bound, so that's 12 for me.
Yeah, that would be good.
All right. We might just do that then. So thanks everybody for joining in on the Gauche.
Thanks, Aiden.
The socially awkward with everybody else joining in. Love having fun with you guys. Thank you for joining in. Have yourselves a great rest of your night, and AJ, a great rest of your day.
Yeah.
Thanks, Zayden.
No problem.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks everybody for joining in.
Guys,
All right. Tune it out. Take it easy.